They called it Operation Acoustic Kitty. In 1967, in a quiet lab somewhere outside Washington, D.C., the CIA did something unthinkable. They took a living cat and turned it into a spy. A tiny microphone was implanted in its ear, a transmitter hidden near its skull, and a fine wire ran down its spine to a battery inside its chest. Their plan? Lease the cat near the Soviet embassy and let it wander close enough to listen in on enemy conversations. But when they released the cat, it walked into traffic. And that was the end of Acoustic Kitty. For decades, that story was dismissed as Cold War absurdity, a dark joke of espionage. But what most people don't know is that the CIA never really stopped experimenting with animals. This is the hidden history of how the world's most powerful intelligence agency tried to weaponize nature itself. Because behind the myths and memes, there were real operations, real animals, real missions. Pigeons, dolphins, ravens, even sharks, turned into tools of surveillance. It started with pigeons. During the height of the Cold War, the CIA trained homing pigeons to carry miniature cameras strapped to their chests. Each bird could fly silently over enemy territory, snapping hundreds of photographs. No radar could detect them. No human agent could compete with their reach. In declassified photos, you can still see it. A tiny bird, carrying the weight of a war between worlds. Then came the dolphins. At first, they were used by the Navy, trained to detect mines and mark enemy divers. But intelligence agencies saw something more. Dolphins could be trained to deliver explosives, plant sensors, even carry surveillance devices into places submarines couldn't go. Their intelligence made them perfect and terrifying. But somewhere along the line blurred. Were these creatures serving humanity or being enslaved by it? Years later, a researcher would describe watching a dolphin hesitate, circling a target, refusing to follow an order. It was like it knew, he said, like it understood what it was being asked to do. By the 1980s, the CIA's obsession with biological espionage expanded even further. Ravens trained to steal objects from windowsills. Seabirds equipped with chemical sensors to detect nuclear activity. And most chillingly, rumors, though never confirmed, of insects engineered to carry microtransmitters into foreign embassies. A former intelligence officer once said, "If it breathes, the CIA has considered using it." And though many of these programs were failures, the ambition behind them revealed something deeper, a desperate need to control the uncontrollable, to make nature itself a weapon. But the story doesn't end in the Cold War. In recent years, leaked Pentagon documents have reignited old suspicions. Reports of bio-robotic fish able to track submarines undetected. Research into insect-sized drones modeled after dragonflies, and satellite photos showing ocean enclosures, possibly for training marine mammals near strategic naval bases. When asked, U.S. intelligence officials always deny involvement. But Russia and China, they accuse the West of continuing these experiments. And strangely, they're doing it too. Because in espionage, morality always loses to advantage. But beyond the science and secrecy lies something profoundly human, a reflection of who we are. Why do we keep trying to turn the natural world into an extension of our paranoia? To turn living beings into weapons in our endless wars of mistrust? Maybe the truth is that spying isn't just about gathering secrets, it's about control. And animals, innocent, loyal, uncorrupted, remind us of what we've lost in that pursuit. There's a haunting image in the CIA archives. A raven perched on a Cold War rooftop, camera on its back, staring into the distance, as if it knows it's part of something it can't possibly understand. You can almost feel the weight of it. A creature made for flight, carrying the burden of human fear. Today, intelligence agencies use satellites, AI, and drones, not cats or pigeons. But maybe that's just a new form of the same old instinct. To see everything, to control everything. And somewhere, in an old government warehouse, the blueprints of Operation Acoustic Kitty still gather dust. A symbol of how far we'll go to listen, to know, to dominate. Maybe in the end, the tragedy of the CIA's animal spies isn't that they failed. It's that they were ever imagined at all. Because when we teach an animal to spy on our enemies, we're really teaching ourselves what fear can make us become.